Quotables listeners, and welcome to another fantastic holiday themed episode. I am Lex, and as always, I am joined by my co-host Ernie. What up, Ernie?
Hello. I am doing well. How are you, dude?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. What?
You know what's crazy is you didn't even ask me how I was doing. You just announced me, but I just wanted to tell you I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, I don't care.
That's all you
I
know.
didn't ask for a reason.
So we'll move on to the movie.
Let's just move on. Ernie,
Yes.
what movie are we doing today?
So this is a movie that is, as they say, near and dear to the heart.
Are you very excited for this movie?
I am very excited. I've been trying to do this movie since we started the podcast.
That's right. It's true.
Last year, which was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was included on my month of Vince Vaughn,
Yes,
but
that just didn't happen yet.
But alas, we didn't have it. So we're doing Four Christmases. Stars Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. Has a bunch of other great cast. It has John Favreau, John Voight, Robert Duvall, Mary Sternberg.
Pretty stacked little lineup. Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. I always forget that. But
favorite.
pretty great little cast. I'm excited to do the movie, dude. What did you think overall about the film?
At first, when I first saw it, I thought it was funny because I'm like, oh, Ernie just wants me to watch this because he loves Vince Vaughn, and you know, Vince Vaughn movies is the same every time you watch it. Sorry, I know that.
I mean,
it
is
a little bit.
But you're right. Yeah.
After I watched it the second time, though, I actually enjoyed it a lot more. I think it's really funny. It's a funny movie.
Yeah. May I ask why the second time it grew on you a little bit? Well, why is that?
I don't know. Maybe I just kind of was in that holiday cheery spirit. And maybe you had me watch it when it wasn't Christmas, so I watched it and I was like, eh. But now that it's Christmas, I watched it and I'm like,
Oh, that's funny. I didn't really watch it there
in that order. Yeah, so this movie, I think it's pretty relatable to a lot of people because, as the title says, Four Christmases, it's about this couple who has to visit each of their divorced parents on Christmas. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. I know there's people that probably relate to this. It's just even in general, even going to one family, it could be chaos, as we see in this movie. But as we're introduced to these characters, they're in a 3-year relationship, but they're very secretive. Like every time it's Christmas time, they have a trip planned, but they say they're doing some charity work or something like that, building houses for kids, just to get away from the family.
Because they know that the family brings out the worst in them. Yeah. And as you can kind of, you'll be able to tell during the film, like it starts kind of like unfolding itself.
Well, even that, and then their secrets that they haven't talked about.
That's very true.
That kind of angers and upsets them, which we'll get into later. The beginning of the film threw me off because in the beginning of the film, they're both in a bar and they act like they don't know each other, but it turns out they're just role playing. I love that. Yeah. Don't walk away from me, bitch.
No, he says,
"That's what I'm talking."
Hey, bitch, I'm talking to you.
That's right.
Dude. Great scene. It's funny because it sets the mood for like whatever else is gonna kind of come. Because at this point, you don't know what's going on, and then you figure out slowly that this couple is like there's much more to them, right?
Yeah, it was funny though because in that scene, me and my girlfriend were watching it, and she goes, "Oh, girls are so mean," and I'm like. Yeah, but I mean, I totally get it. Like, imagine, I get it from your side because guys are probably coming up to you all night, trying to spit game. And in this case, we didn't know, but he's not leaving her alone. Like, he keeps going, even how uninterested she is. But obviously, it's just all an act. But I'm sure that happens all the time. So we feel for you. Sorry, ladies.
I know for a fact Lex gets hit up a lot.
By you,
mostly by me. He's
and I set
him up, and
I start walking away, and Ernie goes, "Hey, bitch, I'm talking to you."
I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I would love to see someone actually do this in real life.
Without getting
like if someone actually hit up a girl, I wonder how that would be, and they'd get hit.
Yeah.
Exactly what she said. She's like, "I'm going to bring you down in front of the bar."
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like that would actually really happen.
But it turns out they love each other. They live together, and then it's revealed that they're going to Fiji. They're doing a little dance, and why does Vince Vaughn always do that with his head? Like he does that little, remember when
that's just him, dude. Yeah,
he does this weird turn.
There's things that Vince Vaughn does in like every film. Like he has cookies. Like in this one, he's eating a lot of cookies again, just like or like eating something.
Oh, I was gonna say, wow,
like
what?
When the two ladies. No cookies, like as in like actual holiday cookies.
Interesting. I didn't catch that. But yeah, he's always shoving his mouth. So he's like little cheese Ritz crackers. Yeah, and they're doing the dance, and they stop, and like the couple asks, "Oh, when's the big day?" And then they say like, "Oh, we don't get married." There's a reason they use words like ball and chain, or what is that? The death to his par.
death to his par. And
Or what is the other one? I can't remember.
I think before. Well, I want to talk about this little scene beforehand, but like in that moment when they're is this before they're getting? I always get this movie kind of like a little bit jumbled here, but is that the scene before they're gonna go to the trip and they're starting to pack?
Yeah, this is
before that?
This is before.
Okay,
because it's right after they go to sleep from the night where they hooked up, like pretended.
Oh, that's right. And then they go to the dance, and then they're doing a little dance, and it's like this whole thing. They're doing couples things that couples do when they're like either married or like in this really long relationship, or they're gonna get married. Yeah, and they just
we're always do things together. And they add another couple asks that they're gonna have kids, and like no, we don't want to disappoint them. We come from divorced families. We don't want to ruin our lives. And the people are all like, because they're all
there's like this one like really. There's this one like guy that they like really focus on, and he's just like,
he's like,
like for a while, like he has it for the longest.
He's kind of like, you can see that he's kind of rethinking things. He's like, wait, am I doing the wrong thing here?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I wish I can't remember what else it says. Yeah. So anyway, they're gonna do their trip, and they're super like, they're really connected. Like you see them talking, and he's like, oh, she's like, oh, I booked a massage for us. She's like, oh, good job, baby. He's like, oh, I gotta check in. She already did that, and then he's like, oh, and I got you those earphones you wanted. She's like, really? She's like, kept hinting at, they're very cutesy.
Yeah, they're very cute too. And she's like eating like some sort of spaghetti or a couple of noodles.
Oh, and their names is Brad
they're
and
playing
Kate.
games.
I can't.
We should have said that. Yeah.
So yeah, then that night
we'll refer them to Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn. I was kidding.
I mean, it's probably the best.
Honestly.
But you can kind of tell Reese wants something more because remember they're in bed and she's like, "We've been on this vacation before." He's all about, "Babe, it's Fiji." We never been to Fiji. He's a different island, different water, different fishes.
Yeah.
And so you're right. But anyway, they get ready and they're all, that's your favorite. That's what you dance to every morning.
It's a sweet little song. I always hear it in random movies. I don't think I've ever heard that song like
by itself,
in
like
person. By itself,
on the radio.
Anywhere. Yeah, I don't think it's ever gonna come out anywhere.
That's
it's just
funny.
Always like bits and pieces of it. But dude, I love this scene. It sets up like them because like we discussed before, they are just people that go on vacations every holiday they can, and they don't visit the family. So in that scene, it sets up them calling their family and telling them, "Yeah, we're going to this one location. We're going to be feeding starving kids or making sweaters." And they're just always coming up with some crazy thing, right? Yeah, and so I love this scene because, like, even Vince Vaughn's character, he says,
commits.
"Oh, the more convincing they need." Or the way I convince them more is by giving them more detail. I think the more detail you give, the more like it sells it to them. And then he's talking to his mother, who he tells him, "I'm not going to see you on the trip." And then he says this, which I recorded. I thought it was freaking sweet, dude.
Let it go. He's on Burmese. Oh my god! Merry Christmas in Burmese. If you haven't heard that, I will not repeat it. Actually, I'm sorry. Before that, though, I forgot to mention. I like this scene a lot when they go to their. I don't know whose holiday party it is. I think it's Brad's. But the two guys come up to him and they're like, "Oh yeah," and they start talking about their Christmas. And I like the one dude. He's all, "I gotta hear my brother talk about my niece and how she sings like Beyonce." He's like, so she sucks. That's hilarious.
She's bad. She sucks.
It's so hilarious. Yeah. And then
the way they make it sound like they really hate. I mean, like you could tell that they loathe the feeling of having to be with the family, but they like go through with it, and he even says it at some point. But
sadly, sometimes it's like that. Like a lot of people, despise it, and like he even says 15 airport pickups, and that other guy he's all, they gave us a cot. We'll probably sleep on the cot or the couch with the cats.
He's all in the basement or something like that.
Because I've been in that situation where you go to like a family house and you don't really have the option of where to sleep. It's this is where I have to sleep, or just drive. It's crazy. Home.
Dude, luckily, and this is from my experience, I've only had 2 family Christmases that I have to deal with, and it's never like terrible like they have it, which is pretty wild.
Neither do I.
I think it's just because we have a big family, but we don't have like cousins from out of town, Michigan, or some.
I have my cousins in Mexico, but we don't go that crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I have them too, but
we will. Well, the only thing I used to not like is like when I had like an ex-girlfriend, like we'd go to their family thing. I'm like, I don't want to go to their thing. It's so boring. Like,
wait. What's say that again? You had an ex-girlfriend that you had to
like
go
we had to go to her Christmas. Like, so we had our Christmas Eve, and then we had to go to her family Christmas Day, and that was just like boring and just. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. Anyway, let's.
You know what I thought? The way you were saying it was like, oh, you had this ex-girlfriend who you were still hanging out with.
Oh no.
I was like, dude, why the hell would you put yourself through that? That's
no, imagine.
But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. No, but I definitely understand. Like, luckily, like now I think we both have significant others that like actually have great families that we can like have fun with, which is awesome. I couldn't imagine like having those boring ass people that are like. Oh, let's play bingo.
That's how it was. It really was like that. I mean, it was cool. I made the most of it. Get a little buzz going.
That's what I was gonna say. You got a little flask that I gave you for.
She sucks. So anyway, so they go to their trip. They're all happy and going in the taxi cab. And then a big fog comes over San Francisco, out of their way. So all their flights are delayed, and they're all dressed up in their attire. And I love this scene because like they go talk to the guy, the ticketer, and they're like, "Oh, so what's going on?" He's like, yeah, sorry, all the flights are grounded, blah blah blah. And he's like, "Oh no." He's like, "Oh, well, we have to get there by tomorrow. We have a massage scheduled."
He's like, "I don't make the." I don't make the fog. I just deal with it.
And he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll set you guys up at a suite at the Radisson." He's like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Oh, beautiful." He's like, "Yeah, we can. If I knew this was a service we got, I would come back."
He's like, I would let a lot more of my flights get canceled. And he's like, "Can you put us up on a Sizzler too?" And maybe get a dessert for dessert. McDonald's for dessert, yeah. And then freaking Reese Witherspoon goes like, "Do you guys have like a sister airline?" And then what does Vince Vaughn say?
What about a cousin? What about a cousin airline?
And then he goes, "What about a company that your company has felt up?" Or something like that.
But then it's so great because like this reporter just randomly comes in and she's like, "Oh, everyone's devastated. Their flights are grounded." And she goes to talk to them on live television, and she's like. She's like, "How does you guys feel not going on vacation?"
He's like, and we take the trips,
and we take the. And then Reese butts in and tells us the situation. She's like, "Oh, your family's gonna be devastated, huh?" And he's like, just super awkward.
And then it like cuts into like a phone call, kind of like coming.
So obviously they start getting calls, and they promise to, yes, you guessed it, 4 different Christmas.
And that's our movie.
And that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Okay. Yeah, dude. And this is where it really kicks into gear. Because the first family they visit I like it the best. You probably like the second one the best.
Which one was the first again? Remember?
It's the brothers.
That was the sweet one. I like it. I also honorable mention. I really like the one where he goes to visit Brad's mom. The guy goes, "Can I get your gas?"
They're all good. They're all good.
They're all pretty good, but
the first 2 are like have the most screen time.
The first 2 are the best ones. Honestly, I'm with you, dude. Surprisingly, I really like the first one a lot.
I think it's hilarious, and let me tell you what. But it's funny before they get there. They have a secret word, mistletoe, to get out of there. But Vince Vaughn does not want to go. As soon as he gets there. He just gets his ass beat by his brothers, freaking Denver and Dallas.
Yeah, and they're named after the places that they were conceived, which you find out that Brad, which is Vince Vaughn's character, his real name is actually Orlando.
Yeah, and Reese doesn't like that because there's our first secret that's spilled. The other secret is that he's basically a little bitch in front of his brother. She's like, she's like, "You're like way taller than them." He's like, "They're trained UFC cage fighters. Well, mostly just in the backyard, and they upload it to YouTube."
He says like one man comes in and one man doesn't come out. And then he's all like, "What you watch on pay-per-view?" He's like, yeah, like on pay-per-view.
And she's like, "I can't believe your name's not Orlando." He's like, "Yeah, but I changed it." He's all, "Hey, I wouldn't say my name's asshole. My name's Bob. I would just say Bob." And she's like, "So your name's not really asshole, is it?"
So before all that, that's when Denver's wife comes out and she brings out the Ritz crackers with a little bit of cheese
appetizers.
On it. Yeah, and honestly, that's a delicacy. That's really tasty. I don't know if you ever had that.
He's all, "So is that cheese?" He's like, "Yeah, from the can, from the great aerosol family." Super.
And he freaking chops it. He chops his chest and he takes him down, dude. And that's when he's like, okay, let me pick you up, buddy. And he picks him up and he gets him in that headlock and he just starts humping him, dude. And then his dad starts like kind of like counting to see if he's gonna like submit, and he's still humping him, and he's all soldier boy.
And then he gives him a little money after. He's like,
it's like $1, yeah.
Well, yeah. So the dad is played by Robert Duvall. The great Robert Duvall. His brother Denver, played by John Favreau, which is a great director now that we have, who everybody loves. Tim McGraw is Dallas, and yeah, and they're both sweet, dude. They're always just beating on Brett. And then even his kids come in to beat him up, and that little kid's all, Google me, bitch. He's all, what? He's all,
he starts smacking him.
Look me up sometime, Barbara.
I like before he cause that's like the second act of the fight, and the brother Tim McGraw and them, he does like a suplex, he jumps on him, and then he's all tag us in, Dad, and he's all, I don't know, I don't want you guys to get hurt and I'll have to lose custody again or something like that, and he's all, tag him in, John Favreau, and then he tags him, and that's what he starts wailing on freaking Vince Vaughn,
and then Vince is just down for a bit, but then they open presents, and he's all, yeah, maybe you will think about like my present before you think about beating on me again. And it's an Xbox, and the kid's all stoked, but everyone gets mad because there's only $10 limit. And what does the dad get the other son? He gets
him a flashlight.
There's a flashlight.
He gets him a flashlight.
She's like, you hate me. Goes, but maybe my gift from Santa's better. He's all, I have a feeling it's under the $10 limit, bud.
Why is he a cheapo like my dad?
Oh, he's like, there is no Santa Claus, and that's when it gets bad. And the little kid, he streaks.
Oh, yeah.
He gets real up.
Dude, it's funny because Lex does that when he gets a little bothered.
I do get a little bothered. I'm naked right now.
It's funny because he jumps off the freaking...
that's where we can't even tell.
He jumps out the window and then he leaves his underwear.
She's off. He'll be back.
He's off. Yeah, and he goes, when he gets the feeling inside, hurting inside, he goes to streaking. I like the lady though.
Yeah, the wife is sweet. I forget her name. I think it's... I don't know. Anyway... She has her little baby. Then they go to and then they get him a satellite dish for the dad. And he's like, "What do I need a satellite?" So he's like, "We're gonna go hook it up." So no, I'll just pay for someone to come in. He's like, "I don't want nobody coming in here sipping on my underwear."
And he goes, no, you got another thing coming. He says, yeah, he tells him he's all, you think I'm gonna have someone in a uniform coming inside my house and sniffing on my underwear? Oh no, you got another thing coming. He's all, we install things in our house. He's all, go upstairs. He's all, meet me up in 5 or something like
top side or something like that.
Top side of 5.
Hey, hold on. Before we go any further, let me say this thing that I forgot to mention. When Kate and Brad were talking in the room, Brad goes, "My childhood is like the Shawshank Redemption, except I didn't have some old warm black man to share my story with." Yeah, that part is sweet.
It's so sweet. I forget.
Yeah. So they're gonna do this. We're talking about the satellite dish. And the dad's, I don't want nobody coming in with a uniform. But before that, he's like, how much are you going to pay for this? He's like, oh, no. He's on the service. I'm going to pay for the service, of course. The dad's all pissed off.
He's all, apparently you don't have to. Apparently you don't have to pay anything. He's all, we're taking care of it. You think I want? You think I have my fancy pants lower son pay for my dish because I drive a concubine or something like that. I think that's something in that vein. But
he's always say some sweet stuff.
I do want to say that's going to come up, but I know we'll get into. They go to the roof, right? And
they go to the roof.
It's
not
Dallas,
not Santa Claus.
No, it's Dallas, Denver, and Orlando, the 3 main guys, and also the father. And
the father's downstairs.
No, he comes up at some point. He's up there because then the son of Dallas comes out, Dallas. Tim McGraw's son, he comes out and then he's all, Grandpa, can you play war with me? And then I can't right now, I'm busy. And then he's just drinking beer. And he's all, Grandma's boyfriend will play with me whenever I ask him. Right. And he's all, well, you tell him that he's a something class ass sniffer or something like that.
Well, it's even better because before that, you don't know who she's referring to.
Don't know,
You'll find out later. He ends up going down so he can get the satellite fix, and obviously they don't get it. And then Vince Vaughn falls, ends up destroying almost the whole house. But while this is happening, Reese Witherspoon, the other wife, I forget to remember her name. I think it's Courtney or Susan. I think it was Susan. She's like, "Oh, hold the baby." I said, "No, I don't know how." And then but then she ends up when Brad breaks the whole place. He ends up hitting the baby on the head all hard. Remember?
Yeah,
She's all, give me back my
baby. Yeah, dude. And he's all, does it hurt? She's talking about breastfeeding like prior to that, and then he's all, no. He's all, at first, but then the nipples get tough. He's all, you want to flick one?
Oh, that's right. She's all, no.
And then she's like making this what is it? It's like a tray of, not lasagna, but you know what I mean? Like
some weird.
It has like spam or like a pieces of ham with Doritos and mayonnaise.
It's like gross.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like really bomb. But we don't.
It might be. Yeah, dude. So they end up leaving. So it's on to house number 2, which is Kate's mom's house. They're all just let you know they're a bunch of horny young women or whatever, but they're all like turned to God. Like when they get there. And the mom keeps talking about how she's in love with Pastor Phil. And she's like, Pastor Phil's the best, you know. But they don't show him yet.
Yeah. And, she's when she first meets Brad, she goes, come here and give me a hug, you big fat turtle or purple teddy bear. And she hugs him and she goes, oh, shit, that feels good.
and the rest of the family all come up. Oh, and like Graham, she's like, oh.
She's all grabbing him. She grabs his belt and then he goes, he's all, Grandma, or Graham, I need that belt. It's attached to me, and he's all, I get it. She looks up.
Some stupid shit. But they're all talking and like, I forget how the conversation comes up, and the grandma's all, oh, I can increase the frequency with which I pleasure milk with my hands and with my mouth. They're all talking about how to like pleasure like their significance and then they're all, what about you, Brad? You mean, I have to go after Graham with the mouth, with the hands in the mouth.
He's like, you want me to go after that?
But the best part of that grandpa is just passed out.
Yeah, it's funny because like you know how she said that they're all horny or whatever, and they turn to God. They're what you're talking about in that scene is they're giving, instead of Christmas gifts, like giving those out, they're giving each other gifts to each other of things that they want to give, that they can give or whatever. And so that's why the grandma says that she wants to do that for her husband, and then the other lady that like the boobs, her boobs are out because she's breastfeeding her child or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then like she says she wants to have another child, but like I want to talk about this scene before that because you know Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn walk into that house when they're all getting introduced to each other, and I like this scene because. She goes, oh, I can't get you up. I forget the baby's name. She's all, he's gassy right now, and I can't stop bouncing him because he's gassy. And then Vince Vaughn walks in. He's like, hello, and she gets up all quick. And she takes the baby's hand out of her boob so he can see
him.
Oh my gosh! And then she gives the baby to the dad, and he's playing Nintendo Switch, and he's so good with kids, and he's all.
Oh, he's not even paying attention to them.
That's then, me the other day, dude.
The baby throws up on Kate too, and then so they have to go upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And then while this is happening, it's being revealed that she's like, "Oh, you're the first man that she's been included with," and she had the lesbian crush. And then
there's that scene
she was also
where
super fat.
That scene where sorry, we skipped ahead a little bit, but when when she throws up, the baby throws up on her, and then Vince Vaughn starts wanting to throw up too, and then he goes, he's like, I can't be around it.
So stupid.
I'm gonna do it too.
But
look at the design.
And then Kate even takes a pregnancy test just for the hell of it. So she's talking to her sister about like they're just talking like deep, and she's like, "Oh, you never really know somebody until you know them." Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they're kind of hidden. But while this is happening, they're showing them the lesbian crush. And they're showing, but then she's like, she wasn't lesbian. She's like, there's one game we played. What was it?
It was like they would suntan, and then like she would rub suntan lotion on her.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And she's like, oh, now that I say it out loud.
I think she teaches women's wrestling now or something like that.
And he's like, don't worry. He's like, don't worry, baby. You're a better kisser for it. But he's like, now it's not so funny. My name being Orlando. Now the shoe's on the other foot. Yeah. So stupid. But I hate the little daughter that takes the pregnancy test. Yeah. And she takes her to the jumper because she has this fear of jumpers. Mm-hmm. And she has this big old battle in there. And the best is she's waving for help, and everyone's all like waving. And then Vince is like, hey!
She's all saying, mistletoe. And then the kid is like grabbing her head.
Yeah, dude, they're mean to her, dude.
Yeah, they're beating her. Yeah, and you find out that the reason that she's so scared of like jumpers was, I guess for 7 years they used to call her Cootie Katie. And so, Cootie Kate or something like that. And so when she would, they would put her in a jumper, they teased her for like an hour. So that's why she's so traumatized by the fact. Later on, she gets her revenge. Like she closes up the little tent,
Oh, yeah,
and she starts like
beating their asses.
she like clotheslines this kid, and then it's so freaking funny, dude.
That reminds me of the scene in Billy Madison where he gets the dodgeball. He's all, rip on the page with the baseball bat.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, and then one sec, I'm gonna take a little sip here.
No worries. And I'll continue.
Stay hydrated.
I like that part where also like we skipped ahead, or not skipped ahead, but it's in between some of these scenes when they see Reese Witherspoon as a chubby baby, and it's like she's all chubs, like really really chubs, and then he's all, that's not Shaq, he says. And then and then later on he goes, that's not a boy named Bjorn.
And then she got a trophy for losing 3 pounds.
Yeah. Because she went to fat camp, but she called it get fit camp or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. And it took her 3 months or something like that.
So all these secrets are revealed. You know, everything's coming out. But then they go to this little church event, which is Ernie's favorite. You know, they got Pastor Phil, dude.
And the way he comes out, bro.
What's the song?
It goes.
I was like, you were saying it weird. But you know, it's one of those churches where everyone's psycho.
Yeah, dude, sweet song. It's such a funny song, and then he just comes out like, you know, I think it's a Christian church if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
and then
he's like Jesus himself.
Yeah, and then he comes out and like all these flashing lights, and you know they have the manger and all these pews filled with people, like a concert and stuff.
You know, funny little story. I knew some people in my high school that went to churches like that. And they were trying to and it was weird because they were really one kid in particular, he was like crazy troublemaker, you know, but he was funny, he was just always doing crazy stuff. And then they started going to this church and he came back super different, and it was just weird, bro. And it was just it almost seemed like a cult in a way. I mean, I'm not gonna try to talk ill on that, but you know,
something happened. They probably shocked his ass, and
that's fucking lobotomy.
That's crazy. I do want to say something. Because I had gone to a church like that one time, like a really good, really cool Christian. It was I think it was called the Ranch or something like that.
The Holy Rollers.
The Simpsons reference, if you guys didn't catch that. But yeah, so I went. I think it was called the Ranch or something in that vein. So we went to that concert. So we went to that church, dude. It was a concert, bro. They had these guys, guys and girls that were singing, and they were freaking good. They sounded like the Kings of Leon. The sex is on fire, but they were singing
what they were saying,
your Christianity's on fire,
virginity's on fire,
but it was really freaking neat. And then everyone would get, because you know how when we take the communion, we all go to the cup in Catholic church, they would give you little white cups of something, and we all at once. It was crazy.
Oh shit! Then you guys all just pass out and wake up somewhere in Nicaragua.
I didn't have a kidney afterwards.
So I had this friend who had some family members that were hardcore, you know, religious, and he was younger, and his parent, you know, his dad didn't really, you know, it's not that he had faith or anything, but he wasn't that kind of hardcore. So going there was always just oh man, it was just they always try to get you to convert to, you know, what they were believing. I'm not gonna say what religion it is because any trouble here. So yeah, it was just always and I think my mom one time she would I'm not his mom.
Oh dang! All the truth has come out. No, continue.
You know, his mom would get him a Barbie, and they'd be dude, this is blasphemy. You know what I mean? They would have to throw it away or return the gift, some stuff like that.
Wait. The mom would get it
it for that family, for Christmas or something like that, something that. You get it?
Oh no, I don't. Honestly.
So yeah, for that, the family that was religious, when they were given gifts like a Barbie or they would think it's you know, the worst thing. No, we can't have this. Send it back, or Pokemon. Oh no, we hate Pokemon. They didn't have TV. It was just. And then one time we went to this little retreat with them, and it was weird, and they were all trying to convert us. They're all, wow. Nah. So me and my brother were ah!
Did they go na 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 leader?
You're dumb. But I also had gone to a church similar to you like that. Just trying out
with the Kings of Leon.
No. These are the Kings of the Kings of
this was the
Jerome. Okay.
This is the Imagine Disciples.
No, this is the disciples of John, Ringo, and Paul, and
Get back to that Christianity.
I am the Jesus. No, yeah, but exactly like that. Everyone was super energetic. Everyone, everyone, just like
it gets down, dude. It gets
our
down.
church, and it's just interesting. I mean, everyone has their views, you know what I mean, and I don't have anything against it, but it wasn't for me. But it is. Came out a little too strong.
Yeah, definitely. I do want to say one last one, and we're going on religion a little bit longer than we should, but it's just there's these moments, that I've had, and it always makes me question, like, damn, this church is not that cool. It's kind of a little weird. But I went to this one church one time, and like I said, to each his own. You guys can have whatever you are. While we're Catholic, or it doesn't matter, but. I went to a Catholic church, and there was this guy, like, they come out. It was really cool, really great church, like everything, the service and all that. And then the guy, some random dude, like, looks like literally like he would be a lawyer. He comes out with an iPad and he goes, "All right, guys, so I'm going to talk to you." He puts out a presentation, like, like a PowerPoint, and he's all right, guys, if you start giving us a little, like, $5 more every time you guys come, we'll be able to afford new iPads and use something. I was like, what's going on here? Like, they were just asking for money, but I was like
all of them are.
I was like, I never had a PowerPoint given to me at church. That was pretty crazy.
No, that's weird.
He's like,
I mean, the best church is chicken. Nah, I'm just kidding.
That's a good one. Hey. No, actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I have not either, but I heard it was, like, super delicious and delectable.
But anyway, this church in particular in this movie, they reenact, Mary and who does he play? Who does Brad play? Is it?
He plays Joseph.
Oh, that's
he
right.
plays
I was
father.
going to say John.
Or, I mean, the husband, sorry.
And he gets super into it, obviously. He's, I am the God. I was like, I don't know.
I love this. He's he says, apparently my wife is better at making babies than swaddling him, is it not?
Oh,
or something like
totally
that.
putting her down,
and then he's
she's not liking this.
Yeah, and she has the swaddle. He has the swaddle blanket next to him. And instead of handing it, he, like, uses it, and he goes, "And it should be I who shall swaddle this child."
Everyone's all excited. Yeah!
And he's all, "Praise him!" Yeah, right. And then he starts dancing. He's all, "Holy night."
So stupid. So they leave, and they go on to the next house, which is Brad's mom's house. And, they're already really, really kind of, like, getting into, like, little arguments now. Like, Reese Witherspoon's like, really questioning this relationship, especially after that talk with her sister. But they get to their house, and dude, it's just great because the mom, she's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And she seems super cool. Everything seems fine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, her husband comes out, or I'm assuming it's her husband or her boyfriend. But he comes in. It's this younger guy. He's like, "Hey guys, how you guys doing? Yeah, you need gas money? I'll give you gas money." And then Brad's super mad about it. He's like, "Come on, dude, I just want to be your friend." He's like, "You know what? You were my friend." He's like, "You were my best friend." And he's like, "I didn't start thinking about your mother sexually until I was 30." Oh, dude.
He tells him, he goes, what does he say? He goes, oh my God. He tells him, like, don't give me any gas money. He's all, "I make more money than you." Something like that.
They get all like,
he's all, "Brad, be nice," or whatever.
You can't be my friend anymore. You're sleeping with my mom. Can't be my friend. Dude,
Yeah.
it's a weird situation. I couldn't imagine that
It
situation.
is, dude. That's so hilarious, bro, because, like, the way he just interacts with him, like, he's all, "I'm not trying to be," he's all, "Brad, I'm not trying to be your dad."
I'm trying to be a friend.
He's like, "You already have one of those. I'm trying to be your friend."
He's a sweet dude.
That's what he tells him. That's what he tells him. He's like,
"You're my friend. You're my best friend." We
Oh
rode
my
bikes together.
God,
We used to
dude.
smell each other's hands. I don't know what the hell that means.
that's how old they were. That they were, like, since
That's
kids.
too good.
So, oh my God, dude.
So
You
yeah,
know, smell my hands.
and I didn't expect this, but Denver joins as well with his daughter again, and he's all eating his chicken wings, just staring. He's like, "You gonna eat that?" He's like, "Just stare at me. It's making me uncomfortable." He's like,
He's all flipped.
that's after, because they're playing the game.
later,
So they start playing that
That's
card
right.
game where they have to, like, say a word that doesn't have to do with the word they're trying to get. There's, like, some safe words to say and all that. And everyone's playing good. Brad and Brad's mom and his boyfriend. She's all, "That stuff that you poured on me the other night." He's all, "Wax?" He's like, "No, the other stuff." He's like, "Oh, syrup." He's all, just laughing.
He's all, "A little sticky, dude. Wouldn't recommend."
the brother, and he's all, He's all pissed off. Oh, dude. And then, and then Denver plays with his wife, and they get everything like good. He's like, you're gonna play while you're eating that wing. He's all, flip the tube. He's all, what? Flip the tube.
Flip the tube.
And then they get it. She's all, our
They get it all
screensaver.
good, yeah.
Dry humping on the beach. She's all, yes.
Yes, I love that lady.
Then
She's
and then
sweet.
Brad and Kate play, and obviously they just don't do very well. And they're all getting frustrated and mad. He's like, you gotta play the game. You're not playing the game. You gotta play the game. Brad. Vince. Fine.
Yeah, it's funny. I wanted to see if you kind of caught this too. I was thinking about it. I was talking to my wife about it. I was like, not until like, obviously they've been in a relationship for 3 years. They don't know each other that well, right? Because they hide some secrets. But I mean, they know each other well enough. Like, there's just things that they still shared. Like at some point, you see them playing games back in the apartment when they're talking about I got the headphones for you and all that stuff. And so they know each other a little bit, and they've played games. Like, not until this moment where Reese Witherspoon tries to act like the other couples is when they have trouble, because she starts to trying to like. He's all, the thing I'm most afraid of, and it's like,
Yeah,
like,
and it's kind of weird because
you know what I
would
mean?
think in the beginning of the movie they made it seem like they knew everything there was to know about it.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Like, it just kind of falls apart when she starts getting into like, oh, I want to try to be more like
them.
So, and then,
I was like, so I'm glad you didn't notice that, because I was like, well, this is kind of weird. I was like,
also at this,
they probably would have won.
At this point, I think they're both clouded with all this stuff that's been going on, that they're kind of like, they just kind of forget everything.
I mean, that's true. Like the first house was like probably not the best. I mean, they have like the father of Brad, who's like, yeah, Shawshank Redemption. Like the father who's like super, he's very angry at the situation that he's like kind of put himself upon. Like, he talks about the mother. He's like, what do you call a lady who leaves a career and leaves her children? A whore or something like that. And then he's like,
sorry, he's all, boys, I don't want to speak ill of your mother on Christmas, but she's nothing but a common street whore.
Oh yeah, exactly. He's all, nice restraint, Dad. And then, but then like he later on says, you can't spell lies without families.
Oh, yeah.
And then later on, before all that, I think Vince Vaughn actually ends up saying it in the beginning, or and later on, because he learned it from his dad.
Yeah. So they leave that house even more pissed, and they're already at the point where like it's like Reese is over with it. She even tells him when they pull up to her dad's house, like, don't come in, like, I don't want you here with me. And he's like, him. He's like, so they pretty much break up because he's like, why, you didn't play the game right? You didn't know how to play the game. He's just like, he seems so stupid. He's been a dick, and but then she talks about how she took the pregnancy test, and he freaks out. She's like, that wasn't the response I was reacting to. So I'm negative, and he's like, oh, and that's when she's like, I'm done.
He goes, I wanted to start off with that. He's
I just laid off with that. So it's sad. So she goes in, and John Voight's her dad, and he comes in all sweet. So you guys building more houses for the Nicaraguans? She's like, he knew that was bullshit. He's like, oh yeah. But it shows the family, and even the mom's there, and she's like, how'd you get mom to get here? And she's like, yeah, they just made amends. It's Christmas time. And then, the sister's like, where's Brad? She said, I don't want to talk about it. She's like, what she should do? Online dating. It's great.
He's all, it's only $20 a month or something
like that. That's crazy. And all the free apps we have now, right? Like, it's like 2008. I think you did have to pay for all those apps. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, yeah. Well, I think there's still like dating apps that you pay for. I think like Christian.
Yeah. Well, if you want to
like that, yeah.
If you want to get like a better subscription, there's like premium versions of them. You know what I mean?
I've actually never used them. I've just heard of people like having them. I think freaking one of our buddies, we're not going to say his name, he had, oh my God, what's the one that's like super
Tinder
popular?
Gold?
It's not Christian. What did you call it?
Tinder Gold? One of our friends had the platinum, like he had like the top membership of Tinder.
Oh my God, what does that do? Never mind.
It gives you more bang for your buckets.
For your buck. There's this one, but yeah, he paid for it, and he would get like emails of things like, oh yeah, this is a match for you, like they're helping you match. So I get it, but I don't know.
It's not everyone meets their high school sweetheart or anything like you. Anyway, yeah. So she's all bummed and all sad, but she's just like, she's over it. She wants to have this life now. She wants to get married. She wants to have a kid, and Vince Vaughn ends up coming back. He's like, he goes to his dad to go talk to him. He's like, where's Tiny? And he's like, you coming to wreck my house again? And he's like, and he starts telling me, he's like, I told her no. He's like, it's always the people you don't get. It's always the kid you don't get along with is the most like you. And they go in to have a beer. They don't show that conversation, but I imagine it's probably a good one. But then I think he came to his senses at that point and goes back for Kate and confesses her love. He's like, I want to do all these things, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I'm ready. I'm basically ready. And then he's like, but...
He's all, not right now.
She's like, no, yeah. And then they start agreeing again like how they were. Like, yeah, of course. No, not for a couple of years. Heck no, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And they end up having a baby a year later.
And it's a New Year's baby.
And he's like, oh, you did so good. He's like, I felt like I was an air controller directing traffic. I was like, oh, not this way. Push. But it's revealed when the nurse comes in. She's like, oh, you want your families to come in? They didn't even tell their family about it. So they came back to their ways. Like, they don't want all this crazy attention. But of course, the reporter's back. I don't know if it's the same one, but the first New Year's baby comes in. Oh, did I say it was a year later? I did, right?
Yeah, you
comes in. She's like, hey, guys, how's it feeling the New Year's paper? He's like, the kids. Wait.
He's all, and the vacuum came in.
And then she says,
like,
what he's trying to say is we're so happy. And then, of course, all that.
Yeah.
You don't hear it, but the families are going to start calling. And it goes, Christmas.
And then the baby throws
and he's like,
He's like, I can't be around it. He's all, I'm going to do it too. That's all.
And then it ends. Christmas. Christmas. Oh, they also have that dinner too with the Reese Witherspoon, and I forgot to mention that Pastor Phil's there too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's there. Yeah. He's just there.
He's just a weird looking dude, but anyway, that wraps up 4 Christmases.
I like Pastor Phil. Yeah.
Ernie, I already know how you think about this movie.
You do, and I've been I think championing this movie for a very long time too. I think we had discussed it.
Oh wait.
Yeah, well, when we had started the podcast, like I stated before, we had a certain amount of Christmas movies because we had the 5 days of weeks. Yes. So we only had 5 movies I think we chose from, and so we wanted to start off with some classics. Mm-hmm. And there was these ones, but I'm like, dude, you got to watch 4 Christmases, and he was a little bit more reluctant at that time. And I'm so glad that you got to see it now and appreciate it for what it is. It's like a classic movie. And it's funny because I think me and you have been on this, now you've been on a journey with me. You've been watching these Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn movies. You saw Wedding Crashers. You just saw Hall Pass again. And now you're watching 4 Christmases.
What have I done?
Yeah. What have I done? What did you think about it, man? Obviously, for me, it's a rewind it. Watch it every year.
I would put it on a love it. Yeah, I don't know if I rewind it every year, but it is a funny movie that I enjoy. And would watch again if it came on Hallmark Channel. I'm just kidding. No, but it was good, and I had fun. I had fun watching. And like I said before, Vince Vaughn. He got to be in the mood. But it is a good Christmas movie. It's funny. I thought it was pretty good, so check it out. I would recommend it to everyone who just likes a little holiday cheer. It doesn't have the same I will say this, it doesn't have the same, when you expect the Christmas movie to have that heart, it doesn't hit the way a lot of Christmas movies hit for me. You know what I mean? It's because
no, yeah, definitely.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just Vince Vaughn, the way he sells it. But that last scene is supposed to imply that or have that scene, but it just didn't feel right.
It kind of feels like it was cut a little bit.
I want my heart
sooner.
And I feel a little tear. You know what I mean? That's what I like. That's what I like.
Kind of like 8-Bit Christmas.
Exactly. But this movie just didn't do it. Didn't do it. But it is still fun. Don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for that little special holiday bliss, I don't know. I'm just trying to say stupid stuff. But yeah, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That holiday cheer.
Cheer.
That's gonna make you the holiday cheermeister.
Holiday
you know what I mean?
Woody.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I agree with you. Definitely, this movie doesn't feel like it has heart. I definitely agree with you. I don't think I left this movie going oh man, this is one of those. I think I like it because it's its own special type of funny. You know what I mean? It was a little different than the comedies. I think a lot of Christmas movies we watch do have that heart.
Maybe,
and I'm glad that we have something that isn't.
So yeah, and maybe from the opposite side, some people don't want to see that crap. You know what I mean? A lot of people always expect that, but this movie won't give you that. So maybe that's another side of the coin. I like it a specific way. You like it a specific way. The way I'm saying it, sorry. But I mean, I like it both ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's 2021. Yeah, dude. So that was great. Yeah, thank you, Ernie, for the movie. We have a couple.
Yeah,
we have a
you're very
couple more
welcome.
lined up for you. We will get into those. Do you have any lasting words for the listeners?
Yes, dude. Before I thank the audience, dude, I am definitely enjoying like this month of just Christmas movies, dude. I've been checking out a movie like almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they do the 25 days till
Oh,
Christmas.
yeah.
I've been doing my own at the household here, so I've been watching like Four Christmases, Elf, a bunch of other stuff. But I want to. That's why I wanted to start this. Like before we thank the audience, I want you guys to like come on this journey with us. Like watch these movies. Like, dude, sometimes Christmas movies are the best kind of like thing that you can get offered because, Christmas always comes with its ups and downs because you're working a lot or you have to buy all these gifts. You don't have a
Or
lot
you
of
just
money
don't
or
have
things like
people.
that. Yeah, exactly, dude. But I for me, these movies like really like take me back and it kind of like brings me to this like just like you said, like it gives you that cheer, you know what I mean? And I love that. So
yeah, we've been watching a
Anyways.
pretty good amount of Christmas movies as well, like some new ones that came out. We've just been watching them. It's just fun. I mean, I have my reserves for
Definitely.
actually day of Christmas because we're not gonna be doing anything. We're gonna be at home. I have my little reserves.
Oh, why? Wait, why is that?
Oh, because we're off Christmas Day, and well, I
Oh,
see my
that's
family
right.
the night before, so we're not gonna go see anybody that day. So
Oh,
we're just gonna
okay.
chill at home.
I do like 2
and
days.
then I
Yeah.
watch my films. You know what I mean? The ones that I save.
Yeah. May I ask which ones they are, please?
First of all, Jingle All the Way.
Oh, of course.
The Grinch is in there.
Oh,
Those are
great
definitely
choice.
the two
Oh,
that I
nice.
watch, and I might add a secret one in there. I'll let you know. I will update you when I get there. But
dang.
I'm trying to avoid it. I almost started Jingle All the Way a couple times already, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. But I also want to watch a new Christmas movie this year, and maybe we'll do it for this series.
Yeah, Jingle Jangle, dude. No, we did. We saw 8-Bit Christmas. That was one of the newer films.
Another
We
one.
just actually ended up
We'll talk. But anyway, follow us on
we'll
the
talk.
social medias. Quotable Cast, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere you can find us. We're there. Follow, shout out. Yes. We'll hit you up with the next one. Thank you for listening as always. Ernie, any closing things again? Sorry, I asked you.
Now I would like to say, no your worries, dude. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thanks. Sorry, I stumbled my words a little bit there. Thank you to the audience for listening and tuning in every week. We do appreciate it. If you guys ever want to contact us, definitely, like he said, follow us on that socials, and we'll definitely talk to you guys. Like we have had little chats here and there with certain people, and it's fun to get like a little audience. I know we don't have the biggest fan base, but we have a little fan base that really likes our content.
And if you want us to start a podcast,
and it's us, it's both of us that talk to each other.
If you want us to have a religion podcast, we will after this episode. No, I'm kidding.
And, if you want us to do the Sex of Leon cover of Christianity, just let us know. Lex is a killer on the guitar.
Ernie's a killer on the vocals.
Exactly. But yeah, thank you guys again. And as always, I am Ernie.
I am Lex. We are Quotables. Good night.